Welcome back, fellow Tarnished. Today, we're diving into Elden Ring, an outstanding winner of copious Game of the Year accolades. The experience remains relevant to this day, but because the DLC is dropping in just a couple of weeks, and the hype for Shadow of the Erdtree is immense. A significant part of the excitement comes down to the price. Elden Ring is arguably one of the best games ever, and we already played about 250 hours into it, but this DLC costs $40. Typically, an expansion costs around $10, $5, or sometimes $20. Given that this DLC is double the usual price, people are hoping for at least double the content of a standard DLC, and it seems like this one is truly massive. Let's go through some previews because we are incredibly hyped about it. If you can, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps us immensely in bringing you the best content. YouTube begin the video as we embark on the 199 attempts to defeat a boss. From the previews, the impression is that most people, when they play a DLC for 3 hours, feel like they've seen everything or are close to the end. But with Elden Ring DLC, 3 hours feels like you're just scratching the surface of what it has to offer. The scale and content of this DLC are reportedly amazing and massive. These are some of the best impressions we've heard from any preview event ever. Let's start with the raw numbers of what you're getting in this DLC. It's going to have more than 10 main bosses and additional side bosses. The map is more densely packed, featuring around 100 new weapons, including a heavy smith script axe, a new weapon that can be thrown without any cost or resource attached, making it an effective choice. The backhand blade can be split into dual-wielded swords to stab enemies in their sides. We have martial arts. This is a new weapon type that lets you go barehanded with heavy punches and swinging kicks, which can also be assigned as a skill. Leaping through the air and dishing out a flurry of kicks is one example, and a spiked shield for defensive combos. This is wild. The DLC is reportedly around 30 to 40 hours long. To clarify, this isn't an official statement from Bandai Namco or the developers. It's speculated based on the preview event. The content is roughly equivalent to Limgrave, Weeping Peninsula, and a touch of Caelid. To put that in perspective, this is big. This is huge. With its densely packed content, it seems like you could get even more playtime out of it. Shadow of the Erdtree offers its own helping to defeat the new enemies via a brand new mechanic called the Scadutree Blessing. By collecting specific items across the Land of Shadow, you can take them back to a site of grace and upgrade your ability to deal and negate damage, and also enhance your spirit ashes. These enhancements are only active when you're in the DLC. They don't apply if you return to the original game. We discover that Bellerat is a large fortress dungeon between the size of Stormvale Castle and Castle Morn, and have lots of optional paths. There's new enemies like small and large scorpions, grave birds, hatchet-wielding ghosts, heavily armored knights, etc. One of the main bosses is the Divine Beast, Dancing Lion, from the trailers. Alternates between ice and lightning powers, forcing you to adapt to survive. Leaning into all the greatest aspects of the base game, the Land of Shadow invites another brutally gripping experience with industry-leading art direction, tense combat, and the greatest sense of exploration. In its opening hours, Shadow of the Erdtree emulates the base Elden Ring undertaking. That's no bad thing when, to this day, it remains genre-defining. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps us immensely in bringing you the best content.